Hello again guys, welcome back to the channel. Just a video on my 2019 Mustang 5-litre GT Convertible. I have it over a year now, just over, so I just taxed it again, and it's the second one I've had. This one being a manual with Ride. The first was a auto 10-speed without. I'll run into differences about that later. Anyway, but there she is. So yeah, it's done about 7,000 miles now. It's a great car. It's a great car. Had one in America. Rented the 5-litre there for 2 weeks in Florida for a mate's wedding. And yeah, so as soon as I got back, I looked into getting one. First one was great, but I didn't get on with the 10-speed. It's great on a run. It's actually, it's objectively a quicker car, but you know, around town it's a very confusing gearbox. It's never knows which gear to be in my experience. And yeah, I do quite a bit of town driving, which isn't the best for a car like this. But this is just more fun. It's more control, more of a muscle car feel to it with the manual. So yeah, let's have a walk round. As we'll start at the back. The four pipes there. I'll do a start up in a moment. Boot is relatively big. There's got my gym bag in there and a few bits and bobs as well. This one's got the Bang & Olufsen system, so that was a sub in the boot there. Running on Michelin Pilot Sport 4S on 19s, so they're probably the best all-rounder tyre I think I've had. I know the early ones of these had, what were they? They were Pirelli P0s, which get a really bad rep on these cars. Fair bit of power, 450 odd horsepower, a fair bit of torque, so you need to get the rubber down really quite well. Get the power down on the rubber, I should say. Interior, very much American. It is what it is. It's not the best build quality. It does rattle and squeak quite a bit. I'll do an interior start up in a second. But yeah, very comfortable with the cooled seats on a day like today, about 30 degrees. So it's a nice summer cruiser. Let's open the bonnet, show you the engine. Yeah, so it's a 5-litre Coyote Ford. It's the 3rd gen Coyote. Yeah, so it's got a little bit more power than the 2nd generation, and a different, you know, so a bit different configuration. I have oil cooler issues with these. I think they've been sold on these later ones, but out of warranty, it's recommended that you get that changed. Lucky there's a dealer near me called, a garage near me called GT101, which does the work on that. So yeah, that's the engine. Excuse me. So here's the interior. Nice Mustang sign there. Key standard Ford. It's, yeah, so a bit boring that side with the pony on the other side. Here's my city mask. Down here you've got mode selections of 1,000 moment, steering feel selections, traction control, hazards, engine start. That's my addition. Doesn't actually fire a missile, as you can imagine. Here's your cooled heated seats, both sides, and your standard climate control buttons. I'll fire this up a bit. Where I need fuel, and a service, and the doors open. So this is where it gets a bit interesting. You can see that, guys. So you've got different modes, so you can customize this display very well. I can't see it very well doing the exhaust mode, which racetrack is the only real way. And you can change these settings on here from like a G meter to all sorts of different things as well. When you change the colours of these as well, so you can change all these to grey, green, and they change as you go. Also the other colours as well, so purple and green is probably horrible. combination, but we'll go with that now. And you can also create your own colour if you wanted to be that, you know, that into it. I've never done that, so yeah, we'll go out of that. But you can also change the overall cluster appearance. You can make it change with drive modes, which you change with the switch down here, or you can do it so it stays there. So sport is the one I normally have, so that's this one with a long rev counter. The other one I sometimes use is racetrack, which is more like an S2000 Honda, if you've ever had one of those, affair, with a big rev counter on the top. And normal is just a rev counter and a speedometer, which I very rarely use. At the top here, the song that you're playing comes up as well. So let's have a start up. Let's put that in racetrack. I'll show you when it starts. So standard start, clutch down, button here. A little bit of trivia about this. It actually beats the same speed that a running horse beats at, apparently. So that's nonsense. Let's have a start up. Decent sound. I'll do a few web videos on this nearer the time. But, yeah, it's very nice sound. This one's actually got a H-pipe fitted by GT101, which has opened up the exhaust somewhat. It starts in normal mode. I think I've just done it into racetrack though, so go into exhaust mode again and then put it into racetrack, and it's a lot louder. To show you quickly. So the infotainment, very much forward. It's got Apple CarPlay, so you can you know, mirror your iPhone screen with navigation, music, diary, that kind of thing. And it's very easy to go back. You can just go through these. You've got your audio, climate control as well, phone, standard stuff, and different settings. It's got the Bang & Olufsen system, which is not that impressive, to be honest. With the top down, it's not very good, and with the top up, it's a lot better. But the Harman Kardon I have, the X6, is a lot better video. So let's go for driving, hear the sound, and get a feel. So see you in a moment. Hi guys, so let's go for a drive. So I'll put the exhaust into racetrack again, and let's have a blast. Adjust that so it doesn't wobble all over the place for you guys. Yeah. Normal sort of driving speeds, very good, and yeah, get a moment to open it up. It's very throaty V8, as you'd expect. It's what you would want. It's the only reason you'd buy such a thing, which is very loud. Very responsive in sports mode, which I'll put in now. It turns off all the assists as well, so. Good fun summer car on a day like this. It doesn't really get any better, especially when you're 6'1" like me and don't fit in a lotus elite without any kind of embarrassment. We looked at one before we bought this, and I got in with some drama, and it was incredibly dramatic to get out. So yeah, I think the likes of the Elites and your Exeges and maybe the Evora are kind of out for those reasons. But yeah, it's a very good car. I love the 6-speed gearbox. It's the MT82. It's not the Tremec that's in the Mac 1. There are issues with those, but less issues, I'm told, than the 10-speed transmission that they share with Chevy and things in the States for the trucks and things. So hopefully it's reliable. There are some stories that they have some paint issues on here and the oil cooler issue, which I would do when if I had this still when it's out of warranty. So you accept it's an American built Ford, I don't think you'll be disappointed with the build quality. If you go into it thinking it's going to be like an M4 or like a C-Class convertible, E-Class convertible, then I think you're going to be disappointed. But it's just the rawness of it. I don't think we've got many 5-litre V8 manuals left, certainly not coming up unless you're going to go very exotic. For the money, I think what I paid for this, 48,000. There's definitely not a lot out there that competes with regards to power, sound, experience. Gets a good vibe as you drive along. A lot of people sort of point and wave at it. I'm doing a prom for my friend's daughter's prom tomorrow, so you know, it'll mix in with the other posh cars there, and I think it will draw some head, turn some head, so that's good. Depends what you want though. I mean, if you want a car that's going to be quiet, then it's probably not the one for you. I mean, it when you change down the gear, it blips the throttle. You know, presumably to hold the gear in the right press, but it's just to be obnoxious, really, if we're being honest. So it's very loud and very responsive, and it's very good fun. It's always an event to drive. It's just great. It's never a dull moment. You never think, oh, you know, it's a boring day. I'm gonna, you know, have some chill time. It wouldn't be the car that you take your daily. MPG wise, around town, I mean, let's be honest, it's pretty terrible, really. I think we're probably getting about 16, 17 around town in this. On a run though, my girlfriend is around an hour and a half drive away, involving all motorways. So I'll go and see her when she's at home, and see her parents and that. So on the run there, you get about 35, 36. Put the video up later of the London Classic Car Show. So we drove there about 35, 36 on the way down there, around to sort of Heathrow way from North Essex. So that you know, if you're thinking about one as a daily, then absolutely. I would not say it would be expensive to run. If you were doing lots of motorway miles, I think there'd be very little in it between this and like a big diesel Merc or BMW or something. You know, if you wanted economic car, you better also focus on it. But I mean, it depends what you're after. But I love it. It's great. It gets all the right, you know, sort of juices flowing, as it were, when you drive in, especially when it's with the roof down as well. I haven't driven the coupe. Hopefully Ford will lend me one. I'm trying to get them to lend me in a Mach 1. If they get one in the local dealers, I've one pretty close by, so I can do a comparison of what the Tremec manual is like for that. But yeah, I'll do some more videos on this. I mean, I only touched on the dashboard, and I think I'll do it in, you know, with the roof up in the garage as well, so you can see all the different modes and things. If you're thinking about buying one, do a proper in-depth guide. But I hope you've enjoyed this as like an introductory video, a little drive around. Any questions about ownership experience? Because I've had both the non-Magnaride automatic and now the 6-speed manual with Magnaride. It's night and day in terms of ride in my experience. The Magnaride is great. It's a much more refined car. The non-Magnaride is very old school muscle car. You can make that experience in this quite easily by changing the mode into racetrack or drag strip. But yeah, I mean, yeah, said any questions, and I hope, guys, that you've enjoyed the video, enjoy my other videos. Any comments are welcome. I'm, you know, at this point quite new to the YouTube scene, but I love my cars, and I want to share my experience of them with you. So hope you've enjoyed it, guys, and I will see you soon. Like and subscribe. Cheers, guys.